Rod Laver Arena has arguably never been as loud with the Knoll chants as it was when Carlos Alcaraz misread Novak Djokovic's return on a wide serve. For the first time since early in the second set, Djokovic had earned a break point in the final. But in the 2 hours that had elapsed since, the match and its momentum had shifted dramatically. A set earlier, Djokovic had been on the brink of clipping Alcaraz's wings and soaring closer to his long-cherished dream of a historic 25th major. Now, at 40-30 up in the ninth game of the fourth set, the 38-year-old was jostling for survival. He roped the crowd in, egging them on, searching for a last gasp of inspiration, perhaps even a way to burrow into Alcaraz's mind as the roar swelled around the iconic venue. But this was not the same Alcaraz he had faced in the Melbourne quarterfinals a year earlier. Unfazed by the noise, the Spaniard reeled off the next 3 points to drive the final nail into Djokovic's challenge. Holding his arm aloft, Alcaraz turned to the stands, urging on the Spanish supporters inside Melbourne Park, with Rafael Nadal looking on from the stands. At the ensuing changeover, Djokovic, pausing briefly as he sipped water, appeared momentarily absent, staring into the crowd as if the next game was the last thing on his mind. He delayed the inevitable for 2 more games before being broken one final time, as Alcaraz became the youngest man in the Open era to complete a career Grand Slam. With it came yet another end to Djokovic's pursuit of breaking free from Margaret Court's all-time record. The Australian Open of 2026 had perhaps been Djokovic's clearest path to history, a chance that arrived unexpectedly, and one in which fortune appeared to favor him. A fourth-round walkover eased his passage, and in the quarterfinals he was staring at an early exit before Lorenzo Musetti, who had surged to a 2-sets-to-love lead, was forced to retire injured early in the third. It all felt as though this tournament had aligned as Djokovic's stairway to immortality. In the vacuum left by Roger Federer's retirement in 2022, a fading Rafael Nadal, and the prolonged wait for the next gen to assume control, Djokovic captured 7 of the 12 Grand Slams between 2021 and 2023. Twice in that span he chased a calendar Grand Slam, lifting his tally to 24 majors, the most in the Open era, male or female. But with the arrival of a new world order, led by Alcaraz and Jannik, Djokovic has reached just one major final in the 2 years since, falling to the Spaniard at Wimbledon in 2023, yet his run of 4 consecutive Grand Slam semifinals in 2025, a year after his Paris Olympics gold medal, underlined that even at 38, Djokovic remains firmly in the conversation. He is still a threat to the sport's 2 young standard-bearers. That reality was reinforced when he outsmarted a 2-time defending champion in Sinner in the Melbourne semifinals, cutting angles on the return and feeding off a partisan crowd to reassert himself as the title favorite, despite world number 1 Alcaraz awaiting in the final.